Welcome back to another day of me shooting a video journal here on YouTube. And yeah, let me get into the events that happened today. So today I've been kind of busy, so I've only been able to read so far 30 minutes of the You Can Be a Stock Market Genius by Joe Greenblatt. And so far it's talking about how to go about investing, why you shouldn't spread your eggs in multiple bags, and why concentrated investment is the best way to go. So he's currently explaining all those things in his book right now, and I'm just absorbing the information and using it to hope, like build a strong foundation for the stuffs I have read before about value investing, and I'm still on that cycle currently, so I'm just doing more of that. And this book will help my brain to explore more of how to go about it and how to do it better when I start getting into it. So yeah, that is it for the insight I got from reading book today. I'm hoping to read more, but for now, I've only been able to read for 30 minutes. For my trading, God, today is like my worst. I felt like 2nd of March was like my worst day of this month, but today is like number one because today I had every opportunity to take my account from $4 to 15 and even close, and no possibly close above $20, but my account was not enough. I compromised and shit went bad. So initially was, as I said yesterday, I was looking at CAD GPY short and pound RD long. So around 1 hour after market opening, I saw an opportunity to go short on CAD JPY, which was still lingering around my resistance zone, and I was kind of confident that it wouldn't be able to break above. So I took the short from that area that it would go all the way down to my support. But when I woke up around 2 for the 4 hour closure, I now saw an opportunity to go long on GA. And because I've been like kind of focusing on GA and I really wanted to go long on GA, I was now considering closing my card GPY short, then going long on pound Audi. So it was pound Audi I'm talking about, not yeah, pound Audi with GA. So I considered doing that. So initially when I looked at it, my account was not able to hold the maximum amount of risk if I wanted to take that position. So I now looked at the minimum amount of risk if I could take that position, that the range of risk I could take. So I looked at that and I said, okay, there's a possibility of me to be able to take this position if I limit my risk to this point. But at the same time, after closing my card GPY to go for GA lingered around my entry and it went down towards the support zone, which was at the limit of my risks, took me out in a loss and went up immediately after touching my 4 hour support, which was very painful to watch because I knew the only reason why I lost that trade was because my account was not able to take the maximum amount of risks that the position needed. And instead of me to hold CAD JPY, I chose to compromise. Now, funny enough, CAD JPY, I had two positions on it. The first was on market entry, the second was on trigger entry, and the position went smoothly from my entry to my take profit, which would have taken my account from $4 to over $15. But instead of that, my account currently has $1.3, and I'm still low. But the good thing is that I have seen it right now that the maximum amount of risk, if I'm not able to hold to that, I should try as much as possible to not take that position because that's the only reason why I'm out of GA right now and it's up all over 100 pips for my entry, and I'm not able to go catch it because I don't have enough money. That's the reason why it's so annoying again being at this stage once again, because I initially moved my account from lows of 4 to close to over $100, but I was not able to close above, and I made a mistake that took me all the way from 80 $70 to $0. So I made that mistake, and right now I'm trying as much as possible to rewrite the mistake in a sense that I'm trying to avoid making that error. But in terms of making that error, because of the amount I deposit, or allow myself to deposit in my account, I'm not able to utilize opportunity. Like this week right now, I had very big opportunities in the market, but I was able to capitalize on most of them. Especially the ones that happened today were really painful ones that I should have been able to capitalize on and make profit on today's market. But could have easily taken my account if I had CAD and was able to enter GA to my maximum risk. My account should have been easily approaching $30 right now, but instead I'm at 1.3. So it's just a lesson for me to learn that when I finally break above 30, I'm trading the way I'm supposed to trade, and I'm approaching 100 and I'm able to close above 100. Making a mistake or going against my strategy is going to be very detrimental to me. So the best thing for me to do is to learn the lesson now. So the moment I'm able to close above 100, I take it straight up to $1,000. I hit $10,000, then I make it for the big 6 digits figure that I've been aiming. 6 figures, sorry, I've been aiming at for a long time now. But it has to start small. I have to be very patient. I have to see my mistake and I have to acknowledge it, and I have to give the time the so I have to give the market the time to move, because today, funny enough, I was given an opportunity to leave GA and come back. If I had left it at that time, it would have been much better for me, because I would have been able to enter at the low, or I would have even gone short on catch JPY back. But I was not awake during that time, and when I woke up, it was kind of below, and I didn't want to close. So there were a lot of things that happened, but the focus right now is that I'm still operating within the main boundary of my strategy, operating within my cycle of competence for the week. Although I took more position this week than I did the previous week, but at the same time, they were all looked at from a very strong point, and those positions worked out. But the only reason why I'm not a profit is because my capital was not enough, and if I realize that in time and hold on to CAD JPY, I would have been able to enter our pound RD. Then after CAD JPY went short, I would have been able to have enough cash to enter pound RD. So it's more or less realizing those mistakes and making sure they don't happen again in the future. So yeah, that is it. Although it's very painful right now, and I'll have to wait till next week before I can trade. And even next week again, I have to source magic. Right now, I'm low on liquidity. So yeah, I'll just do the best I can. With time and positive things to go to the direction that I've been gunning for. So yeah, that's it of my today's journal. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.